Okay, so here's an update on the shop. I've got the drill press mounted, got the bandsaw mounted, the radial arm saw was here, got my toolbox mounted and locked, and this is the only one that's not mounted yet. The reason being that I don't have a corner to put it on for which I can reach both the belt and the disc. So that'll be coming in the future. But I've got here a piece of micarta that I made that I'm working on. That I've cut down. I'm going to do some stuff with. So stick with me just a minute, and we'll talk about my projects. Okay, so this is my resin I just purchased from Rid Out Plastics, eplastics.com. And I was just reading this, so I kind of screwed up when I bought it. In the picture, it looked like they had the picture had this just like this with the plastic on it and stuff. It looked like there was a tube of catalyst right here in the bag. Then I got it, and it ended up that there was no catalyst, so I had to buy some. I just bought some 3M Bondo resin. That should work just fine. However, on the back here, they've got a description, characteristics of polyester resins, general purpose resin, ISO resin, surfboard resin. They've got these different descriptions of what each resin is good for and how it cures and stuff. According to their description for the general purpose resins, which is what this is, once it's cured, it may end up having a tacky surface, which is not what I want for these. So hopefully I didn't screw up. Hopefully it'll all work out and I can polish it out or whatever. I don't want these to be tacky because they'll pick up dust and stuff. I'm trying to get a cool layering effect and you know, a good polish on these. So I'll have to see how that works out. Okay, now one of the things that I screwed up on when I made these pieces, well, this one polished up a little bit. Oh no, that's the finished resin stuff. One of the things I screwed up on is, if you look close, you can see all the pinstriping of the different layers I used, and on these edge pieces you can see the pinstriping. Now, what I should have is, instead of pinstripes, the individual colors should be, there should be more. So they should be longer sections of, like, as if, how do I explain this? Okay, if you look at this chamfer that I sanded in here, and let's say I had 4 colors, you would want to layer the 4 colors in such a way that you get a good visibility of each of those 4 colors and evenness throughout that chamfer. What I did was I layered one sheet at a time on top of each other. So let's say I had 5 colors. I did 1, 2, 3, 4, 5, and then started over 1, 2, 3, 4, 5. And the problem with that is all your colors are too thin to get that depth and to get the look of the layering and stuff. So all you get is this kind of pinstriped rainbow effect, which is kind of cool, but it's not what I was looking for. So when I do this stuff with this fabric, and yeah, some of this fabric is hideous, but the idea is that once it's in micarta form, you won't see the whole patterns. You'll just see glimpses of the different colors in the patterns and stuff. So it'll be real cool. But anyway, so what I should do is lay a base color down, and then of each color maybe do 3 or 4 sheets instead of just 1 sheet. and then do a top color. Let's say the black or dark brown, whatever this is going to be my base color. So I'd lay it on the bottom, lay it on the top. Whatever's on bottom or top, you're going to have the most of that color, right? Because it's on top. If you want depth to that color, then you want to layer more sheets. But if you just want it as an accent on top, and then layering to the internal colors, you layer the internal colors thicker. So that's what I need to do. These guys here are going to be fire steel handles, rods, and what I could use some advice from anybody who's out there who has advice for me is okay. So if you look at, let's look at this piece. Okay, so if you look close, the top is polished. It's not real polished, but it's semi-polished, and then the edges are polished. The problem is I still have too sharp of an edge here. The polish is not as good as it should be. My wife is coming. So basically the reason for this is because on my belt sander, the smallest abrasive I have right now is 120 grit. And then I went from 120 grit to trying to polish these on a buffing wheel. And so I think number one, my problem is I need to go to a finer abrasive on my belt sander. So I've ordered finer abrasives for that. And then after I do the sanding, take it to the buffing wheel and buff it. My problem is I don't know what you're supposed to put on the buffing wheel. What I have is Jeweler's Rouge, white, and then I have two stropping compounds for stropping knives, green and black. I don't know if you can just use those and those will work fine, or what, but I know you're supposed to put something on the wheel. I need to know if that's appropriate to put that stuff on the wheel or if I'm supposed to use something else. So anybody out there who wants to give me a shout, I'd appreciate it.